Alright, so later and we're back. Time for a nice, long, awkward ride. It is telling me I can skip it, but I don't know if I want to, just in case. And I was going to actually come back and play because it's a little bit later than I would like, but I wanted to do some actual puzzle gaming and not just running around the city talking to people. So let's hope I can get back into some puzzles, because this might be a short one, or I'm going to go past the time I want to actually stop doing this. Yeah, I thought that would talk to me.
Could you join us for a quick debrief?
If I have to. Where's Helgate?
Attending today are advisors from engineering, the archive scholars, and Helga.
Yes, don't mind me. I'm just an admirer of governmental transparency.
Yes, well. While the mayor is briefed by Alcatraz, he's asked us to review recent events. Byron's loss has unsettled us all. It may be too dangerous to allow this expedition to continue.
Well, I kind of just want to say we can't leave Byron behind. That's true too, but I want to be known as the sympathetic one.
We cannot be guided by fear. We must do what's right.
Let's not forget the dam's falling apart. We can't depend on hydro forever. With just a fraction of the power that island can generate, we could grow this city into a planetary society.
Or, quite possibly, destroy ourselves in the process.
We should trust ourselves, obviously.
Wise words from one so young. Yet I submit that island holds secrets far more valuable than mere energy generation.
What could be more important?
The Somnodrome, of course. If we could find a working model, it would herald a sea change in our moral and self-understanding. The question of how we should build New Jerusalem would simply be moot.
I mean, yeah, straight up.
Thank you. My own studies prove that we operate on an intrinsic moral logic. It's what makes us human. But our access to it is only indirect. Our ancestors created art, philosophy, and parable to help bridge that gap. The Somnodrome would help us to cut out the middleman and ask the source directly. We would finally have an answer to the great moral questions.
So, it's a newfangled way to make the same old mistake of judging who's good and who's bad.
Unfortunately, 1K left the Somnodrome inoperable. But there may be a working device elsewhere on the island.
Then the question is, what would 1K do if they found it?
I'd definitely use it myself.
No! This is much too important to decide on a whim.
But it's so much more fun when we're kept in suspense. You all sound so sure of what's best for this city. Do you ever think you might be so busy changing the world for the better, you'll forget how to see that it's perfect already?
So clearly there are different perspectives in the room. The only way we are going to move forward is if the team gets back out there. 1K, I believe Alcatraz is waiting for you at the VTOL. We'll be keeping an eye on your stream from here.
Okay. Off we go. I'm a streamer, apparently. Hey, Herman.
What can I do for you, 1K?
Make this snappy. We have to rescue Byron.
I agree. We can't just leave one of our most important citizens in that death trap.
So this whole gold vibe gives me villain. Don't know why.
They all sound very promising, of course. Apparently, it's possible to just magic things into existence now. But what is the cost, 1K? There's always a cost.
Sure, I'll figure that out.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Is it though? Alright, did I get any messages while I was... Because I left the game open, but no, we're good.
What did the mayor say?
I convinced him that we need to keep going until we found Byron.
Did he want us to leave him behind?
No, he's just concerned for our safety. And he's right to be. But we're going back anyway.
Great trials lie ahead of you, my child. But your choices will determine the future.
I mean, everyone's choices determine the future. In some way.
Melville? Are you receiving?
Yep. Welcome back to the mysterious island, everyone.
How's the situation?
Whatever Byron did seems to have sent the whole system into some kind of lockdown. I can't access any of the terminals, although I suspect 1K still could.
Why would that be the case?
When 1K connected to the data stream, the system assigned him a user profile. The rest of us are locked out, which means I'll need your help, 1K, because a lot of stuff doesn't seem to be working.
Okay. Check it out and see what
Okay.
you can fix. But please remember, what matters most is finding Byron.
I mean, he wouldn't agree. He would say what matters most is finding Athena. And at this point, Cornelius. But how Cornelius could get here, who knows? Maybe he's got his own secret way. Alright. While I'm here, I'm gonna go deposit my new stars. I'm gonna go look at that golden gate. Probably can't do anything to get in there yet. That cricket is so loud and annoying. Is it on me? Like, I can't seem to get away from it. Here you go, take my stars. Cool. Now we're going to go... Actually... No, can't get up there that way. It's around this way somewhere. That's in the lab, I don't want to do that. I can't actually get up there. Oh, okay. Oh, you're completely locked. So I guess I have to do all the other gold ones for me to get to that gold gate. Gotcha. Well, let's board the machine and go to the south, I think. Yep, south. South one is the southern coast. The heavily eroded cliffs of the southern coast are surrounded by azure waters and dominated by a particularly unusual tower. I feel like they're all unusual.
1K, I'm sending you a little software upgrade I put together that should allow you to detect which files will lead to a data stream overload. Unfortunately, I'm not doing this to help you avoid them. In fact, I'm going to need you to search for more.
I wouldn't avoid them anyway.
But if we're going to unlock all the systems that aren't responding, you'll have to connect to the data stream, possibly more than once. It's the only way for me to get access.
For the greater good. Ooh. We're in the Grand Canyon. Oh, that was cool. I wonder what star puzzles I have here.
Alright, 1K. In this area, there seems to be a problem with the The machine that makes the tetromino bridges. That means you can solve the puzzles, but you can't activate the tower. Look for a lab that lets you connect to the data stream.
I already found it. I'll send you the coordinates.
Ah, he's already gave me the lab. That's fine. I'll do it when I feel like it. I'll do some puzzles. So we got Pandora. Where's... That's doing there. I want to look at what's connecting. So I need to connect it from over here, perhaps? That's 7. Let's go do 1 first. Ah. Yep. That was deeper than I thought it was going to be. Alright. 1. That's going to be very deep, isn't it? So let's not jump down there. And Sphinx. Let's go look at the Sphinx, just so we haven't started. Okay. So we got a pattern to do, so we got to find wherever that is. What? Oh, there's an actual gate there as well. Okay. Oh, that's how I get out. That's the exit. Never mind. Phase entry. Okay. So I can't get in that way, so another gate. Rude. I'm actually a bit confused. Did I miss something in here? Oh, I can teleport. Ah, that teleporter was keeping it here. Okay. Huh. Okay. So I take that, we do that, we do that. We can jump this over. Hit that, run through, grab that, teleport, do that. Run over, grab the fan. So teleport tech seems crazy. We got 2, we got another question mark up here as well. But 2 is first. The escape. I wonder, can I see? I don't think I can. I think the hand's blocking it. So yeah, I don't think it's this one. Or if it is, it goes elsewhere first. So I got blue in there. See, that's how I get to that. There's a teleporter. So I've got to put the teleporter through and then teleport to it. Gotcha. We got red, we got that, we got this. Give me. I gotta learn to do this better. Can I do both at once? No, it's not good enough. Key connections. Do that. Do that though. Yeah. Maybe I need you first, actually. So maybe I'll put you over here, so I can teleport out. After I make that. Do that. Yes. Ta-da. Oh. Hello. Let me grab this. Get this out. Because I want to see... There is a green light there. Where am I supposed to point this? What if I put it through here first? I can leave this in here actually, because I can just climb out instead of keep putting it back and forth. Think. Yeah, definitely can't reach it from there. Where, oh where do you think this is supposed to go? Up there. Oop, nearly reset that. Okay, cool. So that's a good start. There's probably death, and that's why it won't let me do it. I could test it, but this looks way too deep. So I won't even bother trying. Well, obviously we're going up here. Lift. Yeah, it just felt like a lift area. It ignored a bunch of errors there.
One day, undoubtedly, an expedition will pass by this island. It will seek to document facts and statistics, to enumerate reasons for us not to look more closely. That is what we do now. We seek facts rather than truth. Because truth might frighten and unsettle the comfortable people who like to sit in their conference rooms and debate which corners we should cut today. These people like to imagine the chaos that could come one day, like a comforting fairy tale of distant darkness. But they do not see the chaos that is at our walls right now. The chaos that also lives within us. A force that is both necessary and appalling.
Okay. I wonder if I'm gonna have to fucking move this from a couple of different puzzles. Because that's blocked again, so it's not gonna be from 3. Through the wall. Well, I can teleport there, but that's not gonna help right now. You can put that in there. Teleport. Do that. know what I screwed up. Maybe? No? So I need to get that out. So I think I just need to do this. Yeah. So I could do this. Teleport in. Teleport out. No? No. Or maybe yes. No. Because that just gets me in here. Let's do that. Trying to think of the best way to do this. Because I need to get this out so I can get it into the next one. Which means I need to be out here with both it and a teleporter. Oops. Have I soft-locked myself? Because I can't seem to move it. And I don't want to reset this puzzle because I don't know if it resets that light again. But I think I've soft-locked myself. With my assistance, I'm putting the drill so close. Well, one way to find out. It does. That's annoying. Okay. So that gets me there. But that locks me in there. So I need... obviously get here to do this. Get here, grab this, get here, do that, grab that. I don't know actually. So if we get there and do that, we can chuck this here, grab this. Then I can get out with this, but I can't get back in there. No, I figured it out. It really wasn't that deep. Sometimes I rethink things. Now I need to go back and do that puzzle again.
Good work. Keep going.
they would have changed that so it wouldn't reset the entire world and just the puzzle you were in. Alright, because I need to get everything. I need to get that out again. Which means I need the teleporter. The teleporter is here. Alright. So we've got that. Yes, I don't need to do anything else with that yet. So now we can go over to the next one. Oh, I got a thing. I have 2 more of these, and I have the Sphinx thing. The system that runs all the tech on the island. The Noma system. Pretty much all the tech on the island, from the puzzles to the megastructure, is run by a system called Noma. I've identified a number of obvious commonalities with the software we use in New Jerusalem, enough to be certain that Noma is descended from our own software, although Athena and Cornelius appear to have upgraded it quite extensively. Noma seems capable of interfacing directly with the user's mind at a deeper level than our own technology, although this functionality is not used consistently. Currently, guest users are locked out of all functions, so only 1K can access the system, although he's also locked out of any admin functionality. Teleportation, because at this point, why not? In some ways, teleportation is one of the less surprising things we found here, in that at least particle teleportation was known to be theoretically possible. Of course, that's still miles away from these teleporters, which operate on principles that simply contradict what we know of physics. The transfer of matter from one location to another is instantaneous, without an observable wormhole or similar effect. There is, however, a release of exotic particles in the instant of teleportation, which decay within fractions of a second. Interesting. Expedition Megathread, I'll get to that later. Like I said, I kind of want to mostly focus on puzzles right now. Oh, that's 4. Well, I guess I can still follow the path. Be the nice thing to do. Oh, nope, birds ran away. How dare they? And now I don't have to talk for a second because these guys are here.
In the early days, humankind lived in a world of unexplained wonders and terrors. The powers of the elements were understood in terms of gods and spirits. After all, how else could one explain thunderstorms and earthquakes? But as the realm of scientific knowledge expanded, the realm of the mystical began to shrink. The sacred grove, as Hegel wrote, was reduced to mere timber. But as superstition retreated, another thing was lost: meaning. In a purely mechanical universe, people yearned for the comfort provided by gods and spirits. But there was no way back.
But what about the beauty of the universe? The perfection of everything around us. Couldn't they see that?
Not sure I can see that, Miranda. But I do think there was another way, a way forward instead of back. Faith not in an invisible world, but in ourselves, in each other, in the inherent value of consciousness and civilization. They never really found it, but I think that in those last months when their whole species was dying, they caught a glimpse of it. And that's how your mother was born.
Okay. Aha. And still can't reach that from here.
You know, a couple of years back, we went on a scavenging expedition to an ancient industrial complex south of New Jerusalem. It was enormous, sprawling, an area many times bigger than our whole city. just dedicated to manufacturing. It was incredible to think about the sheer variety of things they produced. And it made me realize how austere, how restricted our lives are. You know how most ancient structures are overgrown? It's kind of pretty, but in a sad way. Well, this one wasn't. There had been some kind of chemical spill. I don't know if it happened while the structure was still operational or if something had just rotted through, but it killed everything. Even centuries later, nothing could grow. It didn't have to happen that way, and history doesn't have to repeat itself. But we do have to remember that it did happen once.
Oh, there's a red light there. This one's gonna be interesting. And I can't see anything from up there, so that doesn't help me. I can't even take the fan up here. So what would I teleport? If I do this, I can't teleport through that. Need to be able to get over there, but how? Probably teleport the fan up here, to be honest. That should work, right? Yep. So I can do that. Then I could teleport the jammer up here. Get that done. Grab the teleporter. Do that. Don't need this anymore. So I can do that, do this. That gets me this. Yep. That's been blocked. So that's doing that up there. Okay. What I can do is get that set up, go back down, power it briefly. We can now go back, grab it, come back down and power this. And we're done. Oh, that's rude. Now I have to go do this again. I don't have to, but I don't know why I didn't stay down. Normally the puzzles stay down when they're done. Maybe I did it too quickly. No, it just stays like that, so I can't use it for anything else, I guess. This private message is probably okay. Let's ignore that for now. Let's go this way really quick. Aha! I know I missed a couple of these, I don't care.
Is it merely to be ruled by those who speak one's language or share one's customs? No. That is merely a more convenient servitude. Is it to have no obligations, no loyalties? No. That is not to be free, but to be alone. What of freedom from hunger and thirst? Here we are closer to the truth. For freedom requires life. But one may have all the meat and all the wine in the world and still not be free. The most important freedom of all is the freedom to speak one's mind, to make one's thoughts public without fear, and so participate openly and boldly in democracy. It is the freedom of the dissenter and the gadfly, the rebel and the fool, that is the true measure of whether a city is free.
Well said. And we got time. Cool. Ignoring errors, that's cool. Santin Chalk Kid I Kid NXCI Elaney K, City by the Sea. When I realized it was over, it was all really over for good. I decided to take one last trip to my favorite places before the symptoms got too much. I could never forgive what they did to Chogadiki, this incredible, wild, rugged place between mountain and sea, with pine trees all the way down to the water. The colors, the vistas, the sheer overwhelming beauty of it all, and they just built all over it. Hideous hotels sprawling like tumors, obscene beach bars blaring their awful music across the sea. Even in Kavoro tribes, it was impossible not to hate humanity a little for it. The idea of all of it returning to nature, of the hotels gradually sinking back into the reed fields, was moving and beautiful. But then I went back to Thessaloniki, and for all the ugliness inflicted upon that city, the idea that people would no longer meet up beneath the Camara, or go for long, ambling walks on the promenade, or for crepes on Platia Navarino, was unbearably sad. The idea of the rotunda just standing there, empty, after being a sacred place for so many centuries, it made me remember that it's not just beaches and forests that are beautiful, that cities can be more than just streets and noise. Cities can have histories and personalities, and that means something. Who am I writing this for? Do I believe there will be survivors after all? Do I think that crazy robot project I heard about will actually work out? Do I hope that aliens will come to our planet one day and wonder who we were? The truth is that I don't know, but there is something in the love we feel for the beautiful things that we built, as much as in our revulsion towards unnecessary destruction, that matters. Miranda, why didn't our ancestors understand that you can build in ways that make an area more beautiful instead of ruining it? Even if all they cared about was the personal benefit, wouldn't that benefit them more? Cornelius, in the long run, yes, but people rarely think about the long-term consequences, especially if there's an incentive to act immediately. Miranda, and yet most of them were unhappy with the results. Couldn't they see that it was within their control to act differently? Problem solving. L.D. Armand. From his Can You Point Me in the Direction of a Better Timeline? Humans are problem solvers is a quote frequently associated with my friend Alexandra Drennan. It's become a meme on the internet, used both ironically and not, though Alexandra, of course, is entirely earnest in her dedication to humanity. It's a great thought and vital to understanding our species. But it's also not entirely as simple as that. Take, for example, the recent extinction of the orangutan. I never know how to pronounce it when I read it. And the ensuing conversation about the dangers of unknown pathogens released by human activity. Most of us agree that a problem exists. And, significantly, most of us believe that something ought to be done about it. So we've identified the problem and we have collectively decided to act. So why is nothing happening? That's a serious question. A great deal of effort is expended on raising awareness, but I would like to suggest that sometimes our problem-solving impulses can get stuck on the wrong goals. Awareness is not the issue. We've already convinced people that something needs to change. So if nothing changes, we have to wonder, why is the will of the people not being translated into action? Text missing from archive. 1. Alexandria is also capable of being devastatingly sarcastic, but that's another story for another book. Miranda. Maybe the problem was that they didn't have enough hope. They could see the problems, but they couldn't imagine that one day those problems could be solved. Athena. It's easy for the people to get so lost in the problems of the present that they think nothing will ever change. Cornelius. They lost hope because the historical circumstances they found themselves in encouraged despair. But that in turn meant the conditions could not change. How do you go against history itself? Founding 7, Hypatia's Journals. Day 372. Yemo died today. One moment, he was there, welding a joint on the upper levels of the tower. And the next, he was gone. One careless step, that's all it took. Athena brought him to the dam, but even Cornelius couldn't help. Yemo is gone. Now there's only 12 of us. Athena. I think about Yemo every day. Cornelius. So do I. Athena. You did nothing wrong. You weren't even there. I was. Oof. Recharge 5. Version 5, I should say.
This is a design for an improved charging station. Fascinating, but not relevant.
Well, it is relevant, just not at this very moment. Dyad. Set to play on Dryad. Okay, so I can get to there. That matters not right now. Or does it? Well, of course it does. I can do this. Then I could do this to get this out completely. Do that. Grab that. Do that. Grab that. Do that. Grab that. Do that. A second teleporter. Let's get you out. Yeah. Maybe. Because I could do that. No. Hang on, no. Leave that in there. Teleport here. We could do that. So I need to get a teleporter in there. So we can do this. Do this. Grab you. Do that. Grab you. Teleport in and voila. Smash through. Heading towards 6. So I still don't have green. So 5 wasn't the answer. Maybe 6 will be. I think it's gonna be 7. Also, I'm curious how many of like random bits of old tech that I've missed, like the broken stuff like the radiator and the van. What can I see from 6? I can see that. So maybe it will be 6. Translocator. So I can do that. That powers this and that. What's down here? Pardon me. Let's see, I can get this here. Grab you, grab that. Grab that, grab this. Do that, grab that, grab this. Do that, grab that, and we're out. Grab that to get that in here. Do that. Oh, I need to keep this out there. I think I boned myself. Oh no. I can just do this. Yeah, there's not even anything for me to use here in 6. That's fine. So it's got to be 7 that has the answer. Or possibly even this. Nah, it's too closed. Aerial warp. That turns that on. That one turns that on. We've got this. Got no way to do anything, but we got the teleport. I need to get a lock up here. I see how it is. I can do this. Get in here with that. Yeah. That turns the fan on. So I think I need to get teleport up there. So then I can run back down, grab the fan, put it on. Then I can get a cube up here. We can push that out. We can even push this out. Then we can get me back out. I need the fan. Sugar. If I put this over here though, I should be able to teleport to it actually. So I can teleport through the purple. Yeah. Alright, so that's everything. If I get you up. Ah, that's not strong enough. I see. Oh, that's not gonna work. That's not strong enough either. Yep. I reckon it's teaching me about that. Yep. Alright. Take you, put you there, put you there. Put you there. Grab you, teleport. No. That. Then teleport. No? turn you off and teleport you up here. Beautiful. Nothing else for me to do. Let's continue. Hey, Melville.
Yes? Now, I suspect Byron is still logged in, and his presence has thrown everything out of whack. Entire subsystems are locked down, and everything that depends on those subsystems is disrupted.
What time is it, actually? Yeah, I bet. Have you heard anything from Byron?
There was a short burst of noise on the frequency we used to communicate, but that could have been anything.
Cornelius, please.
He taught me a lot when I was young. Nowadays, people just know him as the museum curator, but back then, he was closely involved with every engineering project, and he was brilliant. When he encountered a problem, he'd always remain calm and keep working at it until he found a solution. I wish I could be that patient. If I had to guess, I'd say so that Cornelius could still go back for anything they needed. He was always leaving on expeditions anyway, looking for materials for his projects.
We are ending up close to where I wanted to end, so we'll see if 7 does have the answer I need. Looking at this, I think it should. No, I can't actually see it from here. What? Did I miss something? Does it have to be from whatever that one is? Oh well. Suppose I'm already here. Grab that, okay. Give me one of you. That's a teleporter. Give me a cube. Okay, now I want the teleporter. Oh, but I need that on. Am I trapped in here? I think I am. Good job, me. And now I have to reset. Unless... I want to try this, because it should put me back right at the start of that puzzle and not make me have to go back and do the green light again. I hope. No. I have to do the green light again anyway. Never mind. I need to get the jammer. So obviously I need both of these anyway, so that's fine. Do this. Pardon me. We can get that. I get the teleporter out here, I can get the jammer out here actually. But then how do I get that in there? Good question, me. Good question. Should I do this? Alright. in there for now, I guess. Put that there. We're out with Jammer. I need to get just this actually, right?
An excellent solution.
Yeah, that feels like I did it not the way I was supposed to. Let's put you here. So that I can grab this. And I can't do anything that in here because it blocks it. Never mind, 7 is definitely not it. And you're good.
Hey 1K, how can I help you?
That's a lot of talking, so this will be the last thing I do. Southern.
The southern part of the island is a natural desert, basically just due to the chemical composition of the soil. I haven't been able to work out why it's so warm, though. It could be a warm ocean current or something to do with the megastructure's thermal output. New Jerusalem doesn't have the kind of equipment I'd need to figure that out.
Do you think Byron's okay?
I hope so. I understand why he was impatient, but he should have been more careful.
Did you know Korn?
Yeah, everyone knew Cornelius. After Eustathius retired, he was the only one left who was there since the beginning. Except I guess none of us really knew him after all. We all thought he was lost in the past, always studying the archive and the simulation. But he actually had all these secrets. And a daughter.
Are you disappointed? People more than he appear to be.
Yeah. Even after centuries, they can still surprise you.
New Jerusalem.
Mostly just made sure Pellegrino didn't mess up the VTOL. We only have a handful of them, and while they look cool on the outside, the truth is they're held together by gaffer tape and good intentions. There's a reason Melville's always complaining.
Yep.
When you put it like that, it seems hard to argue. More and more stuff isn't working anymore, and eventually there will be consequences.
Yep. Thanks, you cute. Well, with that, I'll see you on the next episode where we shall finish off the last puzzle, read some more stuff, and try and figure out how to do both of these stars. Ciao.